So what's the problem with SANZAAR? Apart from everything that is, this latest dispute disagreement isn't the collective's first, but well might be its last, as the four countries involved fight to find a perfect common ground around the where and when of this year's Rugby Championship. The issue isn't about who's right or wrong here, but more importantly, how it's all going to end. And that, I believe, is within the exact same framework and schedule as outlined by SANZAAR yesterday. Yes, we might not like it and wish our last test versus Australia be moved back a week, but no, because that would mean the whole fixture list needing a minor or major adjustment, depending on your point of view. It isn't going to happen. The reality is, the moment we lost the hosting rights, we also lost the ability to dictate terms. And remember, we lost the event because our COVID quarantine rules meant the proposed schedule was simply prohibitive to all four nations involved. And now, by coincidence or accident or fate or happenstance, we're right back to where we started, objecting to what's been proposed because of the inconvenience again of our own COVID rules. The objection being that with a compulsory fortnight's quarantine following the final test versus Aussie, our players are going to miss out on Christmas Day or Boxing Day with their loved ones, which of course isn't ideal. But isn't that also just part of this new normal that we're all having to live with because of this virus, i.e. making constant compromises? It's an emotive issue, this one, and one guaranteed to polarise popular opinion as fans wrestle with the wish to see top-class international rugby again and balance that against the human side of asking our players to accept personal sacrifices that few of us are forced to make. The Wallabies are here right now in NZ enjoying their 2-week quarantine bubble before emerging to play the two Bledisloe tests on October 10 and 17. We then fly immediately over there to immerse ourselves into our own fortnight's bubble before a week's build-up for the first Rugby Championship match on November the 7th. Everything about the next 14 weeks is going to be very unusual for all involved. The lockdown, the enforced isolation, time away from families and loved ones, the constant intrusive testing, the boredom of repetition, the claustrophobic circumstances of being stuck with the same people in the same place for months on end. But what's the alternative, apart from no international rugby at all? And if that was the case, how would the players then expect to be paid? So no, I don't believe the proposed schedule is going to be altered to accommodate our wishes. I also believe our best players will commit to the draw and will play every test at full strength. And yes, the returning isolation period does suck, but it's also simply what they have to do, just like the Warriors have done, except they did theirs for 2 months longer.